All right. We love.
We back in the building because we outside.
All right, so
Continue, Roy.
about the second part to your question, Royalty.
Yeah. So my second question is how do you make money as an independent artist without the new age digital platforms?
Oh man, that's a excellent question. I have recently, within the last 35 months now, been a student of a brother I like to call him the digital god, Brother Ben X, the founder of a program called Digital Real Estate. And he's shown me through his program and his blueprints and strategies how to be able to monetize myself online by utilizing the social media platforms in this digital era without having to go to Spotify or these traditional streaming platforms where they're going to pay you a fraction of a penny. I don't even know how you could. That's not even a form of currency. You can you even go to the bank and say, yeah, let me get about 25,000 fractions?
Right. Shout
They
out to
can't
Brother
even pay
Ben.
you the fractions.
Right.
But that's worse than sharecropping. So he's shown me how to be able to organically grow my audience on these quote unquote free platforms. And when you think about Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and Snapchat and all these different platforms, you think of those as digital plots of land, right? And every time you put a post up, it's really like building a piece of property. But the question is it an income generating property, or you just posting a plate of chicken wings you just cooked? Is it bringing you back a return on that attention that you're getting on these sites? So organically, I put my own music up there. I put my merchandise up there. I put valuable content. And if somebody rocks with me, I'm able to go direct to the consumer or the fan. I don't have to say, if you like my song Hoes and Zombies, or if you like my song We Are Not the Same, yeah, just send me a few fractions of a penny and I'm going to give you this song, or I'm going to get 300 plays on Spotify to make $1. No,
Right.
I'm so smooth with it. I let you pick your price sometimes. I say, hey, here's my work. Since I'm an artist, if you value my work, what are you willing to give to me in compensation for this great piece of art that I provided? So sometimes I'll put a price on it, but a lot of times I'll let my audience and my fans and my supporters pick their price and make it offer based versus me just saying, give me $10 for this album. Because I've had people pay me $50 for one song, $100 for one song. So why would I downplay or discount my God-given skills and talents to try to just get popular? We think because people like our page or they like a post, I can't pay no bills with likes and views, but I can pay them if you pour into my cause and what I'm doing. So that's the route that I like to go as an independent artist. I'm able to monetize on all of these different platforms, whether they're Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. I'm able to position myself and what it is that I offer to be able to tap in directly to a consumer. I'm able to get the database to where if you bought my music, I know you bought it because you got it directly from me. Back in the day, there used to be CDs, right? And I was selling CDs hand to hand. Well, now I'm just selling streams hand to hand. I'm doing it digitally. Any kind of way they offering compensation, I don't care if it's Bitcoin, if it's crypto, if it's PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, cash on delivery, whatever it is, that there's an exchange of value there. Hey man, you're gonna have to count me in or you're gonna have to cut it out. And I'm not looking for everybody to support. I only want those who genuinely rock with me to support, because you could just build 1,000. Imagine if you had 1,000 real fans. It's some game for the independent artists out there. Imagine if you built up your social media platforms and you just got 1,000 real fans that really rock with you. And you had a t-shirt and you sold that t-shirt for $20. And 1,000 real fans said, I'm gonna buy your shirt. You just made $20,000. Right. Or suppose you made a bundle, right? You gave them so much music, a t-shirt, some behind the scenes looks. You put together $100 package with those same 1,000 fans. You just made 100,000. Well, suppose you put together $1,000 blueprint or program or offer, and those 1,000 people bought your $1,000 program or VIP access or whatever it was, limited edition this, and you sold it for $1,000 and 1,000 people bought it. Congratulations, you just became a millionaire from 1,000 fans. So while we're trying to get, there's something that y'all could look up. It's called Streaming Royalty Calculator, which I can't do it because I'm talking to you on my phone. But if you looked up Streaming Royalty Calculator, it shows you all of the platforms. There we go. Oh man, he on top of it. Streaming Royalty Calculator. Right? And you'll know it's the right one because the screen is going to be white with like a red backdrop to it. And it tells you to pick your platform. Right? And then it tells you the number of streams. If you found it, okay, so just name a platform. There it is. You got it.
Apple Music.
Okay, so you on Apple Music, right? You just dropped MC Wannabe Code. Okay, MC Wannabe Code just dropped his new single. He paid $1,000 to get the video shot, right? So he in the red 1,000. He had to go buy some new clothes for the video shoot. That's some more money for the clothes. He had to get his hair done. He had to get his butters right? That's more money. So now he drops this single on, you said Apple Music?
Yeah.
Okay, but he's local, so he don't have global impact yet. So on behalf of MC Wannabe Cole, how many streams we gonna give him in the first 30 days?
Let's give him 1,000 streams.
1,000 streams.
That is more than that.
All right, let's give him 200 streams.
You say 200?
Yeah, let's give him 200.
Okay, because 67% of all music that's dropped has less than 10 views on it.
Damn. All right, so we're gonna do 5.
But we gonna give him, no, we gonna bless him. We gonna give him, he on Apple Music, we're gonna give him 15,000 streams. Right. He doing it big. 15,000.
That's only,
what's his payout?
That's only $75.
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
$75.
Okay, so maybe we don't even want to be on Apple. Let's pick another stream. Let's pick another platform.
Right, let's do Spotify.
Okay, we going with the big boys. We on Spotify.
All right, so how much we giving them?
15. We're gonna give him the 15,000. He taking his talents to Spotify.
That's $60
for 15,000 streams. Meanwhile, young KhanThaDon could get 100 people and drop the same single and say, look, I want $3 for my single, but I only sold 100. 100 people buying it for $3 made me $300, 5 times the amount that I would have made on Spotify from 100 people.
I mean.
So you do the math. The math ain't math.
Right.
50. How hard do you have to work to get 15,000 streams?
Very hard.
You gotta promote. You gotta do shows. How many shows y'all been to where the artist said, my name is MC Wannabe Cole and I'm streaming on all major platforms? That just make them sound big.
Right.
But when you tally up the streams, even if he had 50,000, let's give him 50,000. We're gonna say 60 days in, he got 50,000.
But let's do it. Spotify.
Ridiculous.
Oh, shit,
50,000. Streaming royalty calculator for all of y'all that want to calculate before you go in the studio. Oh, we forgot to add the cost of the recording to go in the studio. We
Right.
forgot the producer got to get paid. We forgot that the manager got to get paid. Or we forgot that the engineer going to charge you to remix it or to mix and master it.
Yeah, the math definitely ain't math, and that's only 200.
Makes 5 years ago. That's
I
crazy.
got one thing to throw in there too. Not only is it better for you financially to take the independent route, but also I used to like sell CDs too, and I used to hand out CDs and stuff like that. And people listen to the music more when you do that because they feel like it's a personal gift.
Right.
1,000%. And it gives you, when you put your music on these other platforms, you don't get to keep their data. You don't know who's listening. You just heard that 200 people heard you in Chicago, but you don't know who they are. You can't go back and retarget them after you drop the single. You can't go back to them and say, get my shirt. You can't go back to them and say, get my book. You can't go back to them and say, I got an album dropping 6 months from now, because you don't have access to your fan base's data. But if you go the independent route and you get you some digital real estate, you're able to plug directly with your fan base. And like I said, if you had 100 people that really rock with you, not 1,000, we're going to break it down to 100, and you dropped a $10 album. You just made $1,000 from 100 people compared to having 15,000 streams, not even making $100.
Right.
So I think the class got the lesson on why I'm outside independent. And I get to retain all the ownership of my music and my masters, and I can release it whenever I feel like.
Right.
Right. So just like a follow-up question since we're on the topic. All right, so you got over 400 songs available and counting. You got merch and you got books. So, you know, how do you manage all of those items and still be on top of everything?
That's a great question, because I understand that I am the product. I'm the content. So the same way that you may be a father, right? You may be in a relationship. That's like somebody asking, well, how do you handle being a father and a husband or a boyfriend and work a job and take care of the children and make sure the grass is cut and keep groceries in the house? You manage.
Okay.
That's what a husband is. The word husband means manager. So when a woman gets a man to be her husband, she's saying, that's my manager.
Okay.
And the better we're able to manage, right? So you have to be organized in order to manage. And you manage it up until you have to expand. The minute it becomes too much for you to manage by yourself, then you bring in a team. Like y'all on this call with me. See, you're a small team right now, and you're managing what you're doing. Well, the more you expand, the more the greater the responsibility gets. Now you got to reach out and you got to bring new help to the team. So, but you can manage it yourself thanks to technology. They call them smartphones for a reason. So my recording studio is on my phone, and people don't even know that. The songs I sent y'all, did y'all know I recorded, mixed, and mastered them all on this phone I'm talking to you on?
Wow.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah,
So not
that's
only
amazing.
that, hey Squeaky, not only that, if I could do that for myself, guess what? There's another business. I could teach other independent artists how to record and turn their phones into a recording studio. And with that, we just cut out the recording studio and we became the studio.
Right.
Wow.
We can instantly, just think about this for a minute. I can record on my phone, mix it on my phone, master it on my phone, do the graphics on my phone, draw up contracts on my phone. I can instantly distribute from my phone. So my phone now is my recording studio. My graphic arts department is my phone, right? My conference calls are my phone. I can do webinars, seminars, and I can charge as a service for you on how to turn your phone into a recording studio. How many artists do you think will want to take advantage of that? Do you think MC Wanna Be Cold, if he knew how to turn his iPhone into a professional recording studio? Because we got AI technology, we got the science, we got the platforms and the software to be able to do it. I'm not just gonna have a $1,500 phone and I ain't gonna make it make me no money.
Right.
That's an investment. So I have developed something called Icon Mobile Studios. So now I can put all what I need in a backpack and bring the studio to your house for a small fee. Since I know how to engineer, since I know how to mix, I know how to master, I know how to record, right? So that's just more of a bag. And I'm able to do it all myself. And this is why you need skills to pay the bills instead of sitting around complaining, asking somebody to sign you and give you something. Why should they give you something when you have the capability to do it for yourself?
Right.
Preach.
Exactly.
I think that answered your third question, Roy.
Yeah,
That answered it.
Right.
Y'all
Right.
getting some good game on here now.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot being said, and it's definitely some things you can utilize right away, because that's just how it goes when you got skill sets being shared. So we down to the last question now. So yeah, I was in IG live with you and everything that I was talking. You might have not known it was me, but I was in live with you and everything that, and I heard you say something that caught my attention, and it needs to be magnified. So you were talking about you can't be woke and can't be broke at the same time, and I feel like there's a rhetoric going on out here that's been out here for a long time now, where you're supposed to be woke and broke basically. So I want to share how do you get that mindset to shift it like that, and what made you decide it was time to take a new approach to life and to get financially stable and be spiritually intact at the same time.
Well, that's an excellent question. And the reason I say you can't be woke and broke, to be woke means you're aware. To be woke means you're conscious. To be woke means you know what's going on. Well, how can you be aware, know what's going on, be conscious, and don't have resources? That's the whole purpose of getting knowledge, right? We go to school to get traditional education, which that's a scam, but that's another subject for another time. When you just think about that for a minute, you get a loan to go to school, to get a job, to pay back the loan. Oh, that's some cold game right there. Some of y'all didn't catch that. I say you get a loan to go to school, to get a job, to pay back the loan.
That's called hard.
That's a bar. Now, by the time you graduate, to get a piece of paper that you can put in a frame, by the time you graduate, what you graduated in, what you learned has already become outdated. Look at how many updates, if you got an iPhone or Android, every few months they updating your phone and fixing bugs on your phone and taking care of glitches. But you didn't get to fix the glitch in education you just paid all that money for. You paid $50,000 for it, $40,000, $75,000, with no return on the investment, no guarantee that you're going to be employed, no guarantee of revenue. Now you got to go out and job hunt. The loan is unforgivable, and they're charging interest on it. Somebody's winning, hook, line, and sinker. Who is the zombie and who is the hope? So if you're woke, you're alert, you're knowledgeable, if I got knowledge of how to farm and I know how to go plant seeds and take care of the earth, then shortly thereafter, I should be able to grow my own corn, right? It's that the peace to the gods and the earths, the 5% nation, they say you got to do the knowledge, right? If you got all this knowledge, you should be able to manifest it. If you have knowledge of cooking, you should be able to use that knowledge to make you some money.
Right.
But if you exposing the enemy, right? We talking about the government. We talking about the pesticides. We talking about how clothing is manufactured. But yeah, you don't make no clothes. You not producing your own food. You're not giving me banking alternatives. We complain about Instagram. We complain about TikTok. But yet we won't set up an account on Fanbase, which is a Black-owned social media app made by Isaac Hayes' son, Isaac Hayes Jr. or Isaac Hayes III, where it has all of the capabilities. The same thing that you can do on Instagram and Facebook and have these chat rooms, you can do all that on our own Black platform. But we believe that their water is wetter. We believe that they made us think their ice was colder, their sugar is sweeter. So we want the name. We want the status rather than giving us something of substance. So you cannot be woke and broke at the same time. How you gonna say you know the creator? Who is the creator of everything and you have nothing? How can you say you serve a God of abundance and you poor?
Right.
But yet insects can go out and they can make a home for themselves. You never see a bird standing outside with a sign saying, hook me up with a couple of worms and I'll pay you back next Tuesday. The bird's brain is 20 times smaller than yours, but the bird can go out and build a house in a tree. And we sitting around sleeping under bridges.
Right.
You never see a dog say, let me get a biscuit and a bone until next Friday. We'll bark for food. But we running around begging with all of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding at our fingertips with this smartphone. Why do they call it a smartphone? Because the more you input into it, the smarter it gets and the dumber you become. Now you can't even remember your cousin's phone number. If your charger go out or break on your phone and you got less than 10% on that charger, man, you're going to have a panic attack because you don't know nobody's phone number. You don't know nobody's address. It's all in the phone. And you have become dependent zombies walking around depending on smartphones and AI technology and all of this to do for you what you have the ability and power to do for yourself. So that's how I know if you really woke, because you self-sufficient. This is how I can tell if you woke, because you have built something in the community. That's like telling a woman, baby, I love you, and you don't do nothing for her. You ain't paying no bills. You not buying no clothes. You ain't taking no trips. You don't have no transportation, but you swear up and down that you love this woman. Love is an action word. What so is having knowledge and being woke. You are able to manifest it. I can tell who you are based on what you're doing. So that's the short answer.
That was great.
Yeah.
The reason why I needed a breakdown on that is because one of the reasons why people a lot of people shy away from being woke and being enlightened and stuff like that, because it comes with this whole rhetoric and it comes with this stigma and everything like that. But when you get the proper breakdown on what's going on, then you see that how productive it can be. You see how much you can utilize yourself and how much you can help yourself and help others when it's broken down properly. It's just a way to help redesign the mindsets that we have about these things, because there is, like I said, especially in certain religions and stuff like that, which we're not going to get into, it makes being woke sound lame. It makes being woke sound like, why would I do that? Because look, those people that are in that field or claim to be in that field are not winning in life in the physical. So now what I'm doing now is one of the things I focus on is making it to where people could not be shameful of wanting to wake up, not be shameful of being enlightened, having a relationship with God, but also being able to find out how to balance themselves out and get their life together and stop, being caught up in all of those, those passages and those things that are lies on top of that have us warped into thinking being woke is not cool. So let me do the other things. And the other things are a whole big distraction, which we're not going to break that egg right now because that's a whole too much to talk about right now.
And when you think about it, the way that Steve Harvey said it like this: the best thing you can do for the poor is not be one of them.
Right.
When I first heard it, it was stingy at first, but when you look deeper into that statement, it makes a lot of sense. Because how can I help the poor and I can't help myself? How can I feed the poor and I can't feed my own family? When you take a flight and you get on the plane, they tell you, in case of an emergency, when the oxygen mask drops down, put your own oxygen mask on before helping somebody else put theirs on. See, we trying to save the world and we ain't saved ourselves. We trying to fix communities and our houses in shambles. We trying to look out for the youth and our children is running reckless. No, self-improvement is the basis for community development. So if you can show me where it works for you, you will have a better chance at getting me over to your way of thinking because I see it working for you. That's Tyler Perry was able, he went from being Medea to owning his own studio bigger than Hollywood studios.
Right.
So the best defiance is self-reliance. The more you can do for yourself, the better you're going to be, the more people you're going to help, the more jobs you're going to provide, the more people you're going to be able to feed. And we have to get out of this begging mentality. Give me a job, put me on. You can film with an iPhone. You can make your own movies. You can record your own music. You can do your own graphics right in the palm of your hand. The Christians used to say that he got the whole world in his hands. Well, now you literally got the whole world in your hands with that smartphone that you got your neck stuck in a 45-degree angle 24 hours a day. But what are you doing with it? If you're not able to monetize, man, you need to call my number, 219-299-49, and I can show you how to take them gifts, talents, skills that you have and learn to do something for yourself. And that's why it's called digital real estate, because digital is anything dealing with numbers or fingers or toes. And that's all we're using on these phones is our fingers, and we're using our mind. And with that, you can literally create an entire business on your phone. So it ain't no excuse today. So if you broke, it's because you choose to be.
Bars.
I agree.
Preach.
I agree.
Let it
Bars.
Yeah.
Great breakdown. And honestly, that's exactly what I needed, because you proved what you're saying, proved exactly my point, and that's something that's is good. It's good. It's a good confidence builder in many different ways in different areas that you may not even know. People can be affected just by hearing those things. Like, okay, start thinking more positively just over those type of notes.
No doubt, man.
So that was the last question right there. Anybody got anything to say?
No, I just
Speechless.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm speechless. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that you actually practice what you preach, and that makes the message even more powerful. So, KhanThaDon, you official. I rock with you. You know what I mean?
And for those that don't know, Khan is an acronym that means killing haters and non-believers.
Mm-hmm.
And the first hater and non-believer that we got to focus on killing is the one inside of ourselves.
Right.
That's the one that doubts your own abilities. That's the one that tells you, nah, ain't nobody gonna really rock with me. That's the one that tells you, well, you should only stick to singing in the shower. That's the one that tells you, you know you can cut hair, but you won't put yourself out there. You got to kill that hater and non-believer inside of yourself and put yourself out there in front of the world. And it's somebody that will pay you to have the knowledge that you sitting on right now. It's people that don't know how to do a Zoom call. They will pay you to show them how to set up a Zoom account.
That's right.
So you can literally, in the information age, create a job today and
Right.
make money.
Right.
Literally, you could do it today. You could get an idea, execute that idea, and start making money. So, man, I appreciate y'all for having me, fam, and tapping in with me. And anytime y'all need to get at me, like I give the whole internet my phone number. If I don't want to talk to you, I just block you or don't answer. But I put myself out there to make it happen for real. So shout out to Squeaky and the whole squad, man. I appreciate y'all, the whole collective. Thank y'all for having me on the show to chop it up with.
We
Yes.
appreciate you, Khan.
Salute.
Yeah, we signing on out. You know what I mean? It's Creative Collection here. Another way to say peace. Young KhanThaDon, you know, we here, and shout out to all the sponsors. All right, and everybody have a blessed day.
Peace.
We got
peace.
that music review on the way too.
Yeah,
Vibration raises.
I was gonna ask y'all what y'all thought about I sent y'all a few joints.
Yeah,
One of the realest. I like that joint.
Yo, that was nice. We had a nice review. We did it. We're gonna put it up soon.
Okay, I'm gonna be looking for it.
For sure.
Thank you
Shout
for
out
being
to
you.
all the viewers. Shout out to anybody that's watching it, whether it's a rebroadcast, wherever you tapped in, man. Salute to all of y'all. Y'all support the collective. They out here doing big things, man. And I'm honored to be